Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's get straight into it. The first thing was um, Portia and her sister. They was eating up, putting on makeup or whatever. Um, and it wasn't really much to that scene. One thing I did notice was Portia's crunchy wig. But I'm gonna let it slide because that was one of those wigs that you just shake and go. One of them shake and go wigs. Child, I got a bunch of shake and go wigs up in there. My mama has loads of shake and go wigs. So it's just that wig you keep in the drawer, and when you get ready to be out, you're gonna be only out for a few minutes. You shake it and go and be like, child, I ain't finna dress up and go nowhere, child. It was one of those wigs. So anyway, they were talking, and Portia revealed to her sister that Candy and Marlo had told her that Eva was talking about her. This is way back when Eva and Candy and was it Nene or Tanya? I don't know. Anyway, they were talking, and I think it was Candy, Cynthia, and Eva. They were talking, and this is when Candy revealed that Portia had just mentioned or said something, I don't know. It was nothing malicious that Portia said about Eva, but Eva took it in a certain kind of way. Eva said, child, I'm worried about you and Dennis, and, saying stuff like, oh, you still trying to heal from your C-section scar, don't come for me, and all that other kind of stuff. Y'all know Eva. She goes in. And she's very quick with it, which is a good thing. But you just need to own up to the stuff that you say, sis. Eva can't remember nothing. Eva can't never remember nothing. I say, damn, Eva. Her memory worse than mine. And her vision. Child, Eva, you see this pack of gum? I don't know what you're talking about. I never saw it. Oh, God. That's bad, sis. You need to go get that checked out. Anyway, so they was talking about that. So she's going to confront Eva. But she don't want to be too hard on Eva because Eva is good and pregnant. She's had the baby now, in real life. Let me see. It was so funny. Tanya, she was so excited about telling Nene about Carnival in Toronto. And this is Tanya. Y'all know Tanya. She's very up and bubbling. So you guys, I am inviting all of you to Carnival in Toronto. Are you excited? This Nene. Well, I mean, who all going? Y'all know Nene. Too funny. It was really, really funny. But Nene was not excited. But what the girls don't know, because this was the beginning of the Toronto trip, what the girls did not know was that Lenithia was on her way, that she was actually coming to join them on the trip. Now, mind you, Eva has beef with Nene, Portia has beef with Nene, Cynthia has beef with Nene, and Kenya has beef with Nene. So this pretty much damn near all the girls that got beef with Lenithia. So, I mean, I don't even know if I would have came. But I guess, on the flip side, it's just like, don't let nobody stop you from having your fun and stuff. But also, another way of thinking about that is that I don't want to sit and bicker all trip either. That's not fun. How are you having fun? You sitting there arguing with people back and forth. So, yeah, and eventually y'all all do have to come together at some point. So, I guess there's these conversations that has to happen. Let me see. So the girls arrive at the airport. Everybody's there, I believe, right? Is everybody there at the airport? Yeah. Even Yovana came in this blonde wig, and she actually looks good in the blonde wig. I was like, come on, Yovana. Sis from Clark. Come on, Yovana. Yovana looked really good. They got to the airport. I think Marlo forgot her passport. It was something going on, and Allegedly, they say it was the law, darling, the cops that was keeping Marlo from boarding that plane, darling. But we're gonna let it go. The cops said, "Nope, Marlo, you can't. You can't." Allegedly, they said you cannot go past this point, sis. Now you know you got that thing around your ankle. We're not gonna do that. I'm just kidding. But so anyway, Marlo ended up getting on the bus. Tanya, she's very bubbly, very fun. Tanya reminds me, she's not quite as selfish and airheadish and all that, but she totally reminds me of Hillary Banks from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That's who Tanya gives me completely. But yeah, so they got on the bus trip. They're on the bus talking. When the girls go on these trips, it's always a big thing about where everybody's gonna sleep. Tang is very fair. Tang is very cool. She says that everybody got the exact same room, even though at one point in time Marlo had did sis wrong and had gave Tanya the bunk bed trips, I think, last season. But Tanya was just like, everybody got the same room, which is the way it should be. There should be no fighting like ever on these reality shows. Why do people have to fight for the best room? And that's so ridiculous to me and childish. Like, why can't everybody just get the same room? I mean, hell, if everybody gonna complain, then that's one thing. But having a few people complain and mad, oh, I should get the best room. I done been through the most this year, all this old mess. Well, child, ain't none of y'all paying for it anyway, so shut up. Hell, as long as I got my own bathroom, I'm cool with everything else, to be honest. I'm not too fond of sharing bathrooms with people. It's a very personal place, darling. It's where I like to relax, relate, and release all kinds of things. So, it's just, you really got to come and shower right now. It's one of those moments. So yeah, that was nice. Let's see. God, I was just looking at Kenya this whole episode. I was like, good Lord, Kenya is so pretty. What a beautiful woman Kenya is. I could just imagine just seeing her in person. And beautiful and statuesque. She's tall and stunning. Stunning woman Kenya is. But my God, does she have some wicked ways. I hate it. I really do. A lot of what Kenya's gone through, especially with her mother, unfortunately has shaped the person that she has become. As all of our childhoods is our upbringing and everything that we were introduced to, positive or negative, is it reflects in who we become as an adult. So yeah, but Kenya Moore, speaking of her mom, she recently put on Instagram that her mother actually sent gifts over for her daughter, and she said, to my granddaughter. So Kenya mom is coming around. It's been years and years. Sorry about the stopping of the camera. It's been years and years. Kenya has spoke openly about the fact that her mother has never acknowledged her, but now she has, and look at God. God can do everything. You tell me. Beautiful, but definitely there needs to be a long conversation between Kenya's mother and herself, Kenya. So, but there's progress, I guess. So that's good. Let me see. Kenya, Candy, and Cynthia, I believe they had a conversation, and Candy revealed that after they all had that couples meeting last week, where it was Mark and Kenya, Cynthia and Will, and Todd and Candy. Todd and Mark, right? Yeah, Todd and Mark, Kenya's husband, went out and had drinks. Now that's a little, and Mark was talking real reckless at that table with everybody there. So, I'm sure Todd and Mark has a lot of similarities. It's not just because they're both from New York. They have a lot of similarities. For sure. I can't predict the future, and I don't want any relationship to crumble. But do I see in the future, if I had to look into the future, darlings, do I possibly see Candy and Todd going down a similar route like Kenya and Mark? I'm starting to see the drifting apart. There's a lot. I feel like there's a lot the Candy don't know about Todd. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know nothing. I don't know no tea. I don't know these people. I don't know. It's just speculations from what I see, from what Chalaki sees, from what Chase King sees, what him and his turban recognize. Okay? Y'all tell me in the comments if y'all know what I'm talking about. He's just a city. He has something about him, a city slicker. He's just into too much. So anyway, so I found that odd. So the girls went to a little dance class, because they wanted to learn how to dovetail Whine for Carnival, even though they were in Toronto. And they had a cool teacher, this cool West Indian girl. And the girls was dancing. It was all okay for the most part. I guess the best dancers was Giovanna, but she hood. Who else was a good dancer? Portia, Portia's alright. Cynthia, she did okay. Sick child. Candy was horrible. But, they always want to talk about, we all know Candy's not a dancer. We knew that way back in Escape. Candy was never the dancer. The dancer in Escape was Tiny, and then after that, it was Tamika Scott, who got a new song out, I believe. So I have to listen to it for sure. So, that's just it. Candy, she was in there. She was stiff as a board. I don't know. Bless her heart. This is a gift right here that I shared on Twitter of Tiny and Candy when they were performing at the VH1 Female Hip Hop Honors or whatever, and they was honoring TLC, and because Candy and Tiny co-wrote TLC's No Scrubs, and so they performed. Candy dressed up as T-Boz and Tiny dressed up as Chili. And look, you can just see from this damn gift that Candy can't dance. Look. Hot. Look. Candy ain't even hot. Look. Stay on the beat, on the rhythm. Look. She looking over at Candy. Looking over at Tiny. She don't know what to do. Look. One more time. Look. So, some people got it, some people don't. It ain't that big of a deal. She's great at other things, for real. So, it don't matter. But I'm just saying. Nene is looking really pretty this season. Really, really pretty. So, anyway. The girls had the little dance class, child. All the ladies are sitting down. We're noticing that Kenya is not really in the scenes like that. Kenya got really emotional about Mark. And, it's sad. But, I mean... so... Marlo gonna say, y'all want me to go check on Kenya? And I screamed. I was like, no, Marlo, we don't want you to go check on Miss Kenya Moore. No, sweetheart. Hilarious. Giovanna was looking real good this episode. Y'all gonna make me start to like Giovanna. I mean, she's in almost every episode, so we used to her now, I guess. We used to her drunk ass. So hey. We'll go ahead and accept Giovanna, that bitch from Clark. Might as well, because she ain't going nowhere this season, is she? So, whatever. She's still messy. She's still a drunk, but, it's fine. It's funny. So, let me see. So, the girls, Kenya arrived. She looked great. So, the girls are, talking to Eva. Let me see what happened. Portia confronted Eva about what she said. Eva said she didn't say it. It didn't happen like that. And Portia was like, so Candy is a lie. Candy was like, no, I'm not lying. And Eva was just like, what do you mean? She was like, no, it definitely didn't happen like that. Candy just let it go. She don't argue with Eva. But, Eva, girl, you did say it. You did mean it in the worst way possible. And it's just, girl, I don't know. I think Eva feels like she has to be hard or read or shade or be a certain way, because that's kind of a lot of what these kind of shows is about. Um, and Eva shade is good. Sometimes Eva shade is funny, but most of the time it doesn't come off as funny. It comes off as malicious. I don't know. There's some people got it and some people don't. There's a difference from shading and it being funny and entertaining to where, yes, it's shade and it might not be funny or entertaining to the person you're shading, but it's still an overall, it's not really a malicious tone. With Eva, since Eva is not like a funny shader like a Portia or like a Marlo, or, you know, who did the best shade was damn Phaedra. She's not that girl. It comes off in a different kind of way. It just comes off as mean and ugly and, you know, just rude and stuff. So, you know, Eva, like I said, Eva, you hold up the pack of gum and Eva say she can't find it. So, okay, so we'll let it go. And yeah. So next, Cynthia, she was a little hesitant, but she confronted Kenya because Candy told Kenya that Mike, Will, he might propose to Cynthia, and then Cynthia, not Cynthia, Kenya, was just like, oh, I think he might propose today to Cynthia. Then he actually ended up proposing. But that kind of was a moment that was ruined, because what if he wouldn't have proposed? Cynthia would be sitting there looking stupid, and she'd be still on camera taking off her wigs, talking about she want this man to marry her. So, you know, Kenya, you know, y'all know Kenya. She gave this very pageant answer, very half-assed answer. Y'all know what Kenya gives. He was just like, oh, I didn't mean it in a malicious way. I didn't mean no harm by that. And, you know, I love this girl so much. I'm so happy for her. And, you know, was I extra excited? And, you know, and Kenya, just stop. You know what you did. Just own it, sweetheart. I tell you. So anyway, that was that. And then when they were getting ready to get into a more heated discussion about it, Nene Leakes walked up. The crowd went silent, darling. Nene Leakes is about to break this whole thing up. You hear me? I'm actually excited that she's here, for real. So we're gonna see next week. Nene, that was a funny still moment, wasn't it? So next week, Nene and Kenya's gonna get into it, and I heard there's some saliva and all kinds of things that's gonna happen, darling. So we shall see. Is that it? I think that's it. So anyway, with that said, I'm Mr. Chalaki. Mr. Chalaki on Google Plus. Follow me at IsKeysWorld on Instagram and Twitter. At IsKeysWorld89 on Snapchat. Chisking on Facebook. Mr. Chalaki on Cash App and PayPal. And as always, run me my money or run me my fade. Run me my money the way I get paid. Stay black, stay tuned. I'll see you guys later.